Hey everyone, it is Wednesday and it's my favorite day of the week because I get to interview amazing small business owners and entrepreneurs. And today I've got a special treat for you. So I am Cindy Rowe with Cindy Rowe Marketing. Hello, Charmaine. How are you?
Hey, Cindy. Hey, I am good. I am doing well. Doing very
Wonderful. Well,
well.
it's a pleasure to have you across the screen for me today. We actually met, oh, geez, a couple months ago when I was a
Mhm.
speaker at a women's conference, and the you were actually one of my favorite things about that event because you chased after me. And you gave me this awesome magnet, which I still have. I have it placed near my desk at work. It says grow with the flow. And you gave it to me as a little act of kindness and appreciation. And it has stayed with me, and that moment has stayed with me. So, in front of everybody, I want to say thank you so much for that.
Oh, you're so welcome.
And it's a pleasure that we actually have stayed connected and have rooted each other on since that event, and stayed connected through text and Instagram. I want you to share with everybody what it is your business is and introduce yourself.
Well, hello, everybody. Of course, my name is Charmaine Moore. My business is Face of Hope and Beauty, and I am a lifestyle coach. I host empowerment. I host empowerment workshops for women, guided meditations, and just a lot of events that focus on standing in your peace and power. I am about 6.5 years into my business. I first started it in 2016, just wanting to help women love who we are and live our best lives. I come from a background of anxiety, depression, some abuse in my past background, and it was just time for me to step out and help others to walk in their power and their freedom. And that has been my heart and passion since day one. And
I love that. And I've felt that ever since we got connected, that you really do have a sense about you that really rings in true with the name of your company, Face of Hope and Beauty. Can you
yes,
kind of explain a little bit about where that came from?
that
That
name came from actually a couple of years before I started my business. As I mentioned, I have dealt with some anxiety and depression. And what year was that? 2014. Yeah, I hit my lowest point in my life, and I was contemplating suicide. And
oh,
long story short, my husband came home and he told me I was the face of hope. And he said, if you do that, if you commit suicide, you're going to hurt a lot of people, but you are the face of hope to many. Well, he said a bunch of other things, but all I kept thinking about was that I was the face of hope. And when we were done talking, I went in our bathroom mirror and I looked at myself and I said, Charmaine, you are the face of hope. And as I was saying that, I felt God in my spirit said, you're not just the face of hope, you're the face of hope and beauty. And, words are powerful.
mm-hmm.
And as I was speaking those words, it was like it gave me the opportunity to really see me. Um, and it helped me to give me the opportunity to love myself, because all I knew before was self-hate. I hated myself. I would always, you know, had a lot of fear, caring about what people think, but speaking those words gave me the push and the opportunity I needed to see me for the first time, and to love myself. So as I spoke those words, that I am the face of hope and beauty, it just really transformed my life. And over a series of 2 years of learning how to build myself up, learning how to love myself, I see a therapist, doing a lot of self-help tools. That's why in 2016, I wanted to help other women to see them and see that I'm not just the face of hope and beauty. We all are. We all bring hope and beauty into this world with who we are. And this has been my passion. living out who I am, turned into a business, which I hear that a lot, as we live our truths, it turns into a business. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a comment from somebody that said, love this. So thank you for tuning in and commenting, because we love to see those and hear those too. Um, so in 2014 to 2016, through your journey of uh, self improvement and love and figuring things out before you started your business, um, what was the turning point in where you decided that I have to do this for,
As a business,
yeah.
you know, so everything in our life is connected, right? And in 2014, I had started a YouTube channel. It is still there. It's called Beautiful Natural You. And I was like, one of the things I did during that turning point, I shaved all my hair off. And so I started this YouTube channel, and I was like, I'm just going to, share about hair. No, because one of my gifts is I'm an encourager. I love to encourage and empower people. So it turned into a inspirational YouTube channel, of course. And as I was doing that, I was like, well, I'm just going to, I want to blog, but I was afraid to blog. So I thought, being on camera would be easier, and it's not. It's so not easier. But I was brave, and I did the channel. And then at that time too, I was on Facebook at the time. I'm no longer on Facebook with my business, but I started a Face of Hope and Beauty Facebook page, and I started sharing more inspirational things. And I was so afraid to blog, but it was basically a blog. And so by the end of 2015, I started working for Arbonne and selling Arbonne and doing those things. And I just got to a point where I was like, it's time for me to step out. But I was so afraid to step out, to the point I even, there was a company that were looking for writers, and I'm a writer. So I was like, well, I'll just write for them. I don't have to, start my business yet. I'll just write for them. And so I filled out the application. I kid you not, true story. I hit send, and it would not go through. And I did it three times. It would not go through. So things for me happen in waves of threes: to do or not do, hearing things with my intuition. And so on the third time I hit send and it didn't go through, I sat down and I'm like, okay, God, I know I need to start my business. And part of starting my business is starting my blog. And so in 2016, January 25th of 2016, I went and I took the steps to start my business. And I stepped out, scary, and excited, but I'm like, I'm doing it, right? And I'm a wife and a mother of 6. So
Oh goodness, six
yes,
babies.
6. At the time, my youngest was 3. I did like businesses throughout the years, like Mary Kay and like Arbonne and different things, but nothing like this. Nothing where it's my own creation. And it was scary. It was challenging. Trying to find I don't say the word balance. I do not believe in balance. I believe in rhythm. Trying
I
to
like
find
that.
rhythm with each season, because each season of our lives, there's different rhythms where you're doing more, you're doing less, and not knowing any of this. Well, I did know about the rhythm, but now I put a business into that. So trying to implement the business and being a wife and a mother and everything else, all the other hats, a friend. And it was challenging. It still is. But that's a part of life, these challenges that we face. And I learned to embrace it as my opportunity to grow, opposed to, why is this happening? Or
Right.
pity parties. Don't get me wrong, I've had many pity parties. But I developed to learn to have a growth mindset, opposed to not having that.
I love it. I love the rhythm versus, having
Balance.
Thank you. Like I was so stuck on the rhythm. I was thinking of the heartbeat. But I
Yes.
feel like you're right. Like there are those different waves and different rhythms and whatever we're experiencing in life and the flow of our business, right?
Right.
Every business has a busy season and a slow season.
Yep.
And, you know, figuring out that time with our family. I mean, I feel like as a woman business owner and being a mom as well, that there's this amazing flexibility where we can create our schedule around our kids and their
Hmm.
activities. And that might mean that we're working harder other times so that we can attend their sporting events or whatever. And just for an example, I was in your neck of the woods actually on Monday.
Oh,
Um,
I wish you would have told me.
well, it was a very quick trip and it was a full day, but my son was invited to a golf invitational in
Ooh.
Indianapolis. And I don't know how far Indianapolis is from you, but it's Indiana. So I feel like
Right.
it's, it's just like if you're in Illinois, you're nearby, right? But you're in my neck of the woods. And I had that incredible opportunity to take him and be there, and I would not have been able to do that if I was in a full-time corporate position without taking a vacation day. And for me it was, what can I do on Sunday, how long do I have to work on Tuesday or whatever, so that we can do this for him. And
Right.
the other part that I kind of, you just having our children see us work really
Yes.
hard for something that we believe in and helping others, I think is such a
It's
big
huge.
value for
It is
them.
huge.
Um,
Huge.
and having the impact on other people's lives is just incredible. And not that you can't do that in corporate, I'm not saying that, but they see like the hard work and the dedication, and then they can see it in us as we grow and help others grow too. It's just, I don't think you can get that anywhere else, to be honest. So, as being a small business owner slash woman slash mom slash spouse, those are things that you can't get anywhere else. I I I want to talk a little bit about your events and how you
Yes.
decided that. So, like, I interview a lot of business owners and talk about how they market to their clients and how they get in front of new people. And I really haven't had anybody on the show that has done the amount of events that you have. And I thought maybe you could share and enlighten others, like why that was something that you chose to do to promote yourself and your business and to help others along the way.
Well, when I was first starting my business, as a life coach, you have the options to, coach one-on-one or, host your own workshops and events. Well, for me, my energy capacity one-on-one right now is not an option. And so hosting events and doing workshops, and plus I love synergy. So I love synergy.
Yes.
Is more ideal. Um, which I believe soon down the line I will be able to start opening up one-on-one once my book is out. That is my goal. But it was synergy. I love when I would go personally to women empowerment events, the synergy, the connection. I wanted to offer that. And so I came up, all my workshops, they're all original. I came up with all the material for them. Um, some of them I have it where I have what do you call it? A projection screen. Some of them are without. I have indoor and outdoor. And I can say that I always say like they're my favorite. They're literally all my favorite events. I love them.
I
And
got you.
I don't share or create any kind of event that doesn't move me. Everything I share as a coach, I say I'm very simple but powerful. I don't complicate. I was about to say, I don't know if we can cuss on here.
Oh, I have. Don't worry.
I don't complicate shit. Like I keep it very simple, intangible, and relate of course relatable for us to apply and grow. And so as far as creating my events, it's just I get quiet and I sit and I create. I have right now, well, I just created a new outdoor event. And right now I have about 3 outdoor events that I offer. I offer a ladies empowerment walk, titled Let That Shit Go. And that one's about letting go anything that's been weighing you down mentally, physically, emotionally. I actually created my outdoor events in 2020 because of the pandemic, and
Right.
all my indoor events were canceled. And so, and that's at that time, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably felt it as well, where I'm pulling out all my tools.
Yep.
And I'm like, if I'm as a coach feeling this way, I know other people are feeling this way. And so originally I just started talking to a group of ladies, like sending out messages, hey, you want to come out, you just want to walk and talk. And as we were doing it, I'm like, no, we all need more. And so that was sparked my outdoor events. And then I created an outdoor guided meditation, again, all original. And what's interesting about these events I created, those events in 2020, they were birthed from pain, not just pain of the pandemic. At that time in my life, 2020, there was a lot of stuff going on, a lot of pain that I experienced as a mom, raising my oldest kids are, well, not kids, young adults are 22 and 20. And they were transitioning into adulthood. So there was a lot of grieving,
Mm-hmm.
that they're not kids anymore, they're adults. And I went through that process, and just some other stuff. So those events that I created was birthed out of pain, and they're very powerful, they're very effective, but they're very simple. So I'm grateful for being able to offer my outdoor events. I last year also created an event for the Salt Cave in St. John called Babe Cave. And it's an
Love it, love
experience.
it, love
It is
it.
an experience. What's interesting about the Babe Cave event is that all my other events, they're kind of like, we're moving, right? We're moving, we're doing, we're writing. This one is a chill vibe event, which is so different for me because I am a mover. I always move it, even I'm moving in this talk.
Love it.
But doing the Babe Cave events, it's a chill event. It's there is wine, there is non-alcoholic one, what do you call it? Apple cider, not apple cider, what is it called? Sparkling cider.
Sparkly. Yeah.
You don't drink, and we just have light refreshments, but it's just a night of divine relaxation for you to come unwind. And then in the Salt Cave, I offer 3 guided meditations. By the time we get to the third one, you're going to probably be asleep. But it's an experience. I've heard people say they felt like they got a massage, and all we're doing is guided meditations. But having the Salt Cave within itself, and then me doing the guided meditations, it's divine. It really
Yeah.
is. It's, again, I say them all, they're all my favorite, but that one, it has a special place in my heart because it's just a slower pace. And even when I first started offering that event, when I did it, I felt like I didn't do too much. I was like, this is all I got to do? This is it? But we're always moving. We're always going. To offer an event to people that is complete, gives their brain a rest,
Mm-hmm.
helps them to relax. Why not?
Yeah. And
Why not?
I think, yeah, us as women, we need to schedule that time to like decompress and
Stillness. It's
just
stillness.
relax. And I facilitated a women's retreat a few years ago. And part of the exercise where we went out in nature and just listened. And there was different prompts if they needed it, but I really encouraged them to journal their feelings, what they were hearing. And a lot of them brought in what they, since they allowed their mind to quiet, or, that stillness that you said, they were able to come up with some really amazing things that have already been inside of them, but they never took the
Yes.
time to
Yes.
listen.
Yes.
And it was such a cool thing. And I really feel like women need to take that break and schedule it. And so something like what you offered and with the meditation, whether or not they felt, they probably needed a nap if they fell asleep, right? Like whatever your body needs right now, it's going to get. And I also think the beauty part of having these events, and I imagine majority of them are smaller groups,
Yes.
is the connection that you
Yes.
get to see happen between these other women, um, and with the whole group. Like that transformation in itself has got to be
It's so
pretty
beautiful.
powerful. Yeah.
It's beautiful. And then one thing I didn't mention about me as a coach, I love to celebrate women, right? I love, love, love. I say empower, but I absolutely love to celebrate um, women. I love to celebrate us. So a lot of my events, I do partnerships with businesses that for my giveaways. There has not have been an event that I hosted that I didn't have a giveaway. That's me. That is my element. So, um, I'm not a nonprofit either, but I just do partnerships with other businesses, local businesses that want to, you know, give my. I just recently, one of the businesses was a pancake house, and they donated $100 gift card. I'm like, I
Wow.
think that's a lot. I'm like, we all can go to breakfast with that. But I I got so excited that I was like, "You really? You're giving, $100 gift card for somebody to just send some love." So one thing I love about you is that you're big about, kindness. And that part of what I do, I get to send that love and kindness to people
Hmm.
and just brighten their day.
Yeah.
That has always been my heart. Even as a little girl, that has been my heart to just to love on people. We never know what people are facing, and just to send some love someone's way. Just that
That's
that's
that's beautiful. I love it. I'm gonna extend on it just a little bit because those tuning in, um, you say that you work with other local businesses
yes.
on partnerships. How do you form those partnerships? Like, do you write a letter? Do you stop in there? Are these places that you frequent often?
You
Like,
know,
what's that
a lot of
pitch
it
like?
isn't. So we'll start with intuition, right? A lot of them are like businesses that I already go to. So like I'll get meals from Red Robin, Culver's, local grocery stores that I shop at, places where I get my nails done, facial, places where I'll go for spa treatments. If I'm in there, if I have a flyer, I'll give them my flyer and ask what they like to partnership. Years ago, sometimes I still do it too, but I've been doing it so long, I haven't done it in a very long time. But when I first started out, I wrote out a letter and stating what I'm doing and the way I do it. And I just asked them if they wanted to be a part of it. Because a lot of times people, they don't realize like they want to be a part of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I just invite them to be a part of what I'm doing because what I'm doing is great and it's of value. And what you're doing is great and is of value. And so it's just letting people know, like, hey, you can be a part of this, donate. And so they're a part of it and they donate, whatever they can for my giveaways. And I'm so grateful. And anytime someone give away, donate, I also give them a thank you card just to show my appreciation for what they,
Right. That's awesome. So we're getting towards the end of the show, but before I let you talk about how people can find you, I want to know what the future holds for Face of Hope and Beauty. Like what's a couple years down the road? What's it going to look like?
you
If we're
know,
dreaming.
uh, so I told you soon my book will be out, and I
Yes,
will
yes.
be
Oh, I forgot about
transitioning.
that. Talk about that. Talk
Uh,
about your book.
my book is a self-help book, and it's going to help us see our value. I'm still kind of like, what's the word, a little down low of sharing things. I will
Yeah,
soon,
yeah, that's
further in
fine.
a year. But it is a self-help book. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. It's a self-help, self-acceptance book.
I like
I
that.
feel like this world always there's so much noise around us, just always trying to get us to not accept who we are, right? There's so much coming at us to not accept ourselves as a mother, as a wife, as a woman, as a human being. And so my book is a self-help book, and it's a very simple book, but it's going to change this world. And so right now I'm in a process of giving birth to that. And so this year, even with my events, last year I did so many more events. This year, my pace is more, um, what's the word? What do I call it? More chill. I'm not doing as many events. I've done events, but like I said, last year, I've done a lot more. So, what my future looked like for my business as I take this big shift with my book, that will determine a lot of it actually. And so I'm kind of in a place where um kind of in a known space, and I will know more once my book is out. But I do see more of a lot of collaborations with other businesses, as far as like this year I hosted events with partnerships where someone would offer like Zumba or yoga. So I've been doing partnerships where I would do part coaching and they would do part working out. Or so I do see my business offering more of those kind of events and partnerships. Um, and even hosting events where I'm partnering with other coaches. Um,
Nice.
those connections, I'm really looking forward to that, because that's been one of my biggest dreams for my business, is to host events where I'm partnering with other coaches and speakers, and um, being able to offer that to my audience, my tribe, my people that um, need that empowerment, not just from Charmaine or Face of Hope Beauty, but we all have something to share, and being able to make those connections.
I have absolutely loved hearing everything that's come out of your mouth. I'm so inspired by you, and I want for you to share a little bit about how people can find you, how they can connect with you if they were moved by this as much as I was, and how to connect really.
Yeah.
So the floor is yours. I'm going to add some stuff on the screen for our viewers.
I love it. My website. So my website is faceofhopeinbeauty.com. I have my blog on there, my events, information about me. You want to know about me? Go to my website, read my stories. Very powerful, very real and raw. Um, I am on Instagram, and that is also Face of Hope and Beauty. So if you're on Instagram, go check me out. Follow me. You will see pictures of past events on my Instagram, as well as a lot of inspirational things that I share on there. And my website also, you can actually see more pictures on my website of past events as well, if you would like to check me out. But that's where you can find me.
That's great. And you are located in Indiana.
Well, I am on the border of Indiana. So I am actually Illinois, but 99% of my events happen in Northwest Indiana.
Yeah. So
So,
so not far, people. And I will tell you that you will leave empowered and moved, and any time spent with you. And I would just had a few minutes with you, and I already feel that way. But the connection that you're very genuine, and it's been a pleasure. I'm so glad that we were introduced and met a couple months ago and have stayed in touch. So thank you so much. I cannot wait to find out about this book. I'll be in touch with you for sure.
yes, yes. I actually have an article coming out in July that I wrote part from my book, called Protect Your Energy. It's going to be featured in Woman to Woman magazine. It's a Northwest Indiana magazine. So when that comes out, I'll let you know, Cindy.
That's awesome. We
Yeah.
have a comment from Erica. She said, you are both amazing women. So happy I was able to tune in.
Thank
Thanks so much,
you.
Erica. Now, I met Erica at an event too, and we ended up sitting next to each other and got connected. So
Ooh.
I think the world is very divine in that it connects you with the right people. But thank you so much for joining me. It is the end of the show, and I look forward to watching you grow and inspire and encourage everybody else. So please, everybody, tune in or go follow her, I should say. Hold on, I'm trying to take the comment off. Oh wait, I don't want to do this. See, I'm not perfect.
That's
There we
all right.
go.
That is
Everybody,
okay.
go check her out on Instagram and look at her website if you want to learn more. But thank you, Charmaine, for joining me. And everybody, tune in next week as I have another amazing business owner I will be interviewing. Bye for now.
Bye.